Hello YouTubers, it is Gizzy Greenfingers here, and what you have in front of you is my Brazilian rain tree, and we are in November, and in December it will be 1 year old. I'm just trying to see if I got any roots, because I repotted this not that long ago, and there were some roots coming through, there were some protruding through. But yeah, as you can see, it's gone a bit wild, and we need to start thinking about cutting it back and cutting some of the some branches off, some big branches, because we've got too much going on. And you've got to think of when it's a little bit bigger, you don't want all these branches on, because light is not going to penetrate through each section. Do you get me? So we will commence, YouTubers. And what I've got is I've got my little wire cutters, and I'm just gonna cut these longer branches just back so I can see what I'm doing, because I can't see F all with all these long strandly branches in. So the best thing to do is to get rid of all these long heifers, and then you can see what you got to play with, really. So I'm really concentrating here, because I'm thinking, do I want to keep that longer or shorter? Because you got to think of the bigger picture, which is when this is like 5-6 times the size. How's that going to look? And that's your end vision, really, isn't it? Because, like I said, another month, this will be 1 year old, and, well, you wait till you see the end of this video, and you see it, and you'll be like, fucking hell, you done that in a year? And I'll be like, yes, I did that in 1 year. Okay, yeah, it was under 20 hours of light, LED lights, for most of that year, but still, and I live in the UK, which is effing cold. So yeah, I think I've done A-okay, considering the circumstances. But I've actually made a tropical setup for, well, this Brazilian rain tree in particular, because it is so rare. And it's just such a beautiful specimen to work with. But any bonsai enthusiast will tell you, yeah, I want a Brazilian rain tree. Yeah, that's how I was. And I'll tell you what, I looked and I found a way. And I got one. But as you can see, I'm taking out some bigger branches now. And with a Brazilian rain tree, if you're going to take out a big branch next to the trunk, you do not go right to the end, because Brazilian rain trees are very well known for dieback. So if you cut that right to the nibbin of the fucking trunk, then you run the risk of that dying back and killing everything on the top, and you've lost half your fucking tree. Excuse my French. So what I do is I just leave a little smidgen left on, and then what that will do is that will start to die back, and then it'll die back to the actual trunk, and then you can get your wire cutters or your professional crap and cut it back then. So that is the situation going on with that. As you can see, I am making my way through this specimen. We've got a long way to still go. Like, we've got another 12 minutes of me jabbering on. Do you know how difficult it is to keep jabbering on for a whole 16-minute video? Well, I'll tell you, it's quite easy when you've had a beverage or two. You just got to watch that potty language of mine. But as you can see, you can start to see through this tree now, which is awesome. Awesome. So this tree did have a hissy fit about a month ago, probably. What happened? What happened, Gizzy? Well, it started losing a lot of leaves and they all started going yellow. I was like, what the fuck is going on with you? Because I got another one, you see, and that was just okay. And I'm like, why are you doing that? I put it down to it got too cold. It got too cold because I left it out on the windowsill outside in September, October. It might have been October, end of September. No, I think it was September, end of September. I just left it outside on the windowsill. And then I think we didn't have frosts, obviously, because that would have just killed it. And it can't go under, what is this? I think it's under 7 degrees, this tree. If it goes under 7 degrees, it's going to die. I think that's what it is. So yeah, it's proper tropical. Excuse me. But yeah, we are starting to get somewhere with this thing. Keep looking at it, thinking what other branches need to come out. So with this specimen, I was so gutted. I tried to wire a branch, just there, and it tore off right into the trunk. And that was very upsetting for me because I don't know how that's going to look later on when it gets older. I'm hoping because it's young, you won't even notice it. It'll heal back to normal, but it went in deep. It did go in deep. But I'm not going to learn. I am going to wire this again because it's not my vision that I've got. Okay. That branch on the right, that's protruding too much in front of us, so I want to wire this more so it's to the right. I'll try and get a better angle for you. There we go. So if you're going to wire a Brazilian rain tree, I think the best time to do that is when it is young, because they don't like being wired. But if you leave it on not as long as it needs to be, it should be fine. And I'm using quite a thick gauge with this, I think. What am I using with this? That looks like a 2mm, to be honest. That's not that thick. No. I think I was umming and ahhing with a 4mm and thought, no, you do that, you're just going to rip the bark off as you twist with the wire. So it looks like I've no, is that? No, I think that's a 2mm. I think that is a 2mm. Yeah. It's an aluminium wire, but just copper finish. But yeah, I don't want to make the same mistake as I did before and like split half the fucking tree apart. So this probably was a 2mm, because once bitten, twice shy, however the fucking saying goes. I think I did say that right, to be fair. Ta-da! And all that needs is just a little bit of a pushback. Well, you cut the end off in a minute. I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm narrating this. I've been doing it in stages. You wait till it gets to the end stage, you'll be like, oh my god, wow, that's grown so much. And I'll be like, yeah, I know. But we just cut that wire off there. Oh, I just don't want to cut that node off, do we? Or that branch. Silly me. Pow. And that's off. I'm happy with that. In a sense, that is the branch I want to keep. And that branch below, he can come right out, because I don't want that. I want to see some fluting of that whole trunk, and I don't want that bottom branch on that. So that'll die back, that'll die back, that'll die back, and that will look effing amazing. Whoo! We're getting there, YouTubers, aren't we? We are getting there. Not even a year old, this. Not even a year old, and look at it. It's just a great specimen to work with. When it gets older, it like flakes its bark off. It like flakes, and then you get different tones in the bark, and that's why bonsai enthusiasts just love working with a Brazilian rain tree. So yeah, I'm really stoked with how this looks after I've butchered it. I just hope it survives. But yeah, that's that. So we got a few more final tweaks to do with that wire, and I think that's how we're going to leave it, and then we're going to see how this looks in a couple of days. 3 or 4, I think. Probably 4, if not 5. It's probably 5 days time, but we'll have a look at this in 5 days time, and we'll see how we're getting on. So YouTubers, I suppose you're wondering, it's been a few days, 3 I think. How's it getting on? Well, you tell me. Well, I've cut all those shoots back from last time. It's all bedding out. We've got new shoots coming out of all those nodes. That's great. Really got the shape starting, do you know what I mean? Look at that from an angle, look at that. Wow. Wow, what tree is that? Well, they call that the Brazilian rain tree. Wow. Where can I get one? Well, America's a good place. Brazil. Well, you've got 0 chance of getting a Brazilian rain tree out of Brazil. So that's out of the question. So America. And then it's trying to get it from America to this country, which you'll have another hard time doing, because, well, in the winter period it wouldn't even survive. And then in the summer, well, let's say on a good shipping, it's going to take 2 weeks. Would a tree of this beauty last 2 weeks in a box with no light? Probably not. So your best bet is to find someone who's got cuttings in the UK, because that is the only way you're going to get one. Unless you use a black market, which I'd never do. I'd never do that. No. But anywho, this is what it is, and this is what we got going on so far. So if you've enjoyed watching how I've started to create this Brazilian rain tree, then please do not forget to like, share and subscribe, and you'll see more of this magnificent tree start to take shape through the winter, because we've got a constant temperature of 27 and soil temperature of 30. So there you go, YouTubers. It will be getting all the love and attention that it needs. But if you do want to see more of this, then please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Ta-da for now. Gizzy green fingers.